Much to Mr. Basant Parihar for inviting me into this festival and supplying such a generous hospitality. Really, thank you. I'm very, very excited to be here with you. And if I repeat some very clever things that were probably said before me, it's only because I didn't understand. So you forgive me, okay? Thank you. You read so nice. Well, I would start with who needs poetry? In honor of poetry, which raises questions which are deep, honest, and straightforward, we should start with the main question: who needs poetry at all? You cannot create a phone application from it. No startup will ever create it out of it. Some very serious people would say that it is a waste of time putting it into the education curriculum. Okay. Young people should not study science, mathematics, English, in order to prepare themselves for the outside technological world. There is no practical benefit in nourishing poetry. However, I suggest poetry is the royal jelly of the brain and of the human soul. The metaphor, which is the core of poetry and its basic element, is actually the essence of thinking out of the box. The metaphor is the essence of creative, original thinking, which teaches us always something new and surprising, contradicting logic in an aesthetic and elegant way. Poetry is the groundbreaking in every theme: love, war, nature, hell, God. Poetry is the best, it's the best broaden language, elucidate and enlarges our understanding of the condition of humanity and of the world around us. It refines our means of expression and, of course, enhance the appropriate communication and our new approach to the miraculous and mystery of life. Poetry shows how human existence is common and unique and the same at one and the same time. Poetry clarifies our senses of hearing for what is beyond the concrete. As one of the Israeli important poets, Avram Sotzkover, says, the poet listened to his poem like listening to underground water after the noise of a massive rainfall. Poetry in secular modern world is the equivalent of prophecy in the ancient religious world. There are poets who experience it as a kind of a divine inspiration. These poets visit new dimension of consciousness. Writing for them is inventing connection between the heavens and the earth. Poetry connects them to the spiritual, metaphysical, and cosmic existence. The poet feels that he does not dedicate himself to poetry. Rather, he sacrifices himself to poetry and through poetry to humanity. Poetry teaches us how to transform agony into beauty. A grain of sand mixed with the tears of the oyster creates a pearl. To quote a very prominent Israeli poet known as Rachel, she said, "My desperate screams became a beautiful chain of words in my new white